Welcome everybody to your sales. First up, I have Urban Trials Playground for you. And I kind of feel these games have been around forever now. But as a whole, they're actually not too bad to play. Within Trials, you'll be donning your stunt bike and having to trick your way to the top. I have to admit, it's quite an insane feeling of jumping over and on rooftops, doing backflips over palm trees, and trust me, there are so many more different tricks and locations to do and visit within its playgrounds. I personally have many of these games, and although I find them edging into the little bit samey the further in you go, I would definitely recommend them for this price. Arg, me mateys, shiver me timbers, and it's time to set sail within King of Seas. This one's pegged as an action role-playing game, whereas you get to take to the high seas and take on a series of quests within a procedure-generated world. Fire your cannons to defend your ship, or I'm guessing to plunder other ships as well. And also take advantage of your 20 plus skills and talents gained along your way. And the one feature that really caught my eye is the fact that you can customize your own ships. Although if I can't make the Black Pearl, I will be slightly disappointed. As well as all this, you can also go treasure hunting, fishing, trading, and a ranking system that also puts up your bounty on your head. Now that does sound like a cool little feature, although I am guessing that if you put it up too far, you'll probably end up walking the plank. Arg. Ark, the Ultimate Survival Edition. As well as being an amazing game that I have sunk so many different hours in because, well, basically there is so much to do here within just the base game, let alone everything else that you will be gaining within this pack, and that does actually include quite a few of the expansion packs, and trust me, these are huge. And the biggest thing about this is it had an update, I'd say recently, a few months ago now, and the actual base game worked perfectly. And yes, playing it on my PC or on my PS4 was great, but being able to pick it up and just take it wherever I wanted to was just amazing. It has 1 to 64 players online, although I've never tried 64 players all at once, and only really managed a couple of others at one time. For me though, single player or multiplayer, this is a must-have for all you survival game fans out there. I have personally had some truly epic times within this game, either on my own or with friends. The expansion packs push the boundaries past just dinosaurs, and things get a little crazy when you start discovering what's really out there. I'm moving on from survival to gardening with Monster Harvest. Basically, this one is Stardew Valley-ish crossed with Pokemon-ish. Basically, you will be taking time to gather up slimes, to mutate your crops and raise a mutated army. There are up to 72 different mutations, and I did review this game back when it first came out. And have to admit, I did actually enjoy it and gave it a 4 out of 5, as I liked the mix of gameplay. There's even a town you can go into and meet the NPCs. I'd also probably say this probably isn't going to be everyone's cuppa, and it did get mixed reviews from players when it first came out. Although I will say for me, I did have a lot of fun playing it. And at this point, if you would allow me to plug myself and my channel by asking you to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And if my content isn't to your liking, then thank you for joining me anyway. But if you are enjoying yourselves, then by liking and subscribing, you will guarantee that I will be making more content for you. Thank you. Now let's get back to the magic, shall we? With Lego Harry Potter, the collection. I would probably say, with all honesty, Harry Potter and Lego together would make a great couple. And it has by all counts. And this massive collection comes with all the years in one handy package, making the collection even more magical. So if you're a fan of either Lego or Harry Potter, Now may be the time to go back to school and learn some magic. Eastward. No, not wood, I mean ward. Okay, firstly, this one has one of them free trials right this minute if you've got that online Nintendo thingy. So the game, make your way across Eastward on your adventure of discovery. On your travels, you will be meeting friends, combining skills, puzzling your way through dungeons, fighting monsters with guns, flamethrowers, or even your frying pan. What? I read that right? Yep, frying pan. I'm definitely going to have to download the free trial on this one, aren't I? Ahem. Switch between characters to solve puzzles and even cook some apparently delicious meals. Okay, so I'm definitely going to say that if you have Nintendo Online, it's definitely worth a trial at the very least. Next up, we have the House of the Dead. I remember when this was actually first mentioned, it was meant to be an epic remake with all the original charm, with some of the modern upgrades to bring it up to date for a new audience and also please the old school audience. Instead, it got a rather average 57 out of 100 critic score, which kind of, I think, hindered its beginnings, leading to a little bit of a rocky start. But now with a 7.5 user score, things are at least looking a little bit better, rather than deader. Okay, that sounded a lot better in my own head. So, 1 to 2 player, it's got multiple endings, a photo mode, gyro aiming, an armory and unlockable weapons, and there's even a gallery so you can go back and peruse over those bosses and enemies you've dispatched during your gameplay, which just proves there's still life in them old bones yet. Next up, Gang Beasts. This one, as you can see, is a little bit weird, and I have to admit even weirder when playing. 1 to 4 offline and 1 to 8 players online. It's sort of a battle royale fighting game where you basically get pitted against each other in a ring of sorts. Well, they're kind of areas actually. And it all comes down to the last man standing. There are different modes to this game and playing areas, and even some of these have traps in them. You can even customize your character and make them look even more silly than they do already. Highlanders. Set as a minimalistic strategy game where you build cities on an island. Go figure. These are procedure generated islands with different environments. Advance your settlements from villages to cities. The more I kind of read about this one, the more I can see it's a relaxing game to fill kind of half an hour to a few hours in between the hustle and bustles of real life. You know what, I may actually pick this one up myself as it does actually sound like a relaxing break. Super Mega Baseball 4 Ballpark Edition. That's easy for you to say. And unsurprisingly enough, this one's a 1 to 4 player online and offline baseball game. Go figure. I do love baseball and I really do think it's underrated in other countries outside the US. This Mega Edition also has Peril Point Stadium and 2 others to add to its already existing 6 stadiums. With cross-platform compatibility, it hopefully means that you can get a game whenever you want to, and also meaning that no matter what system your friends have, you should be able to get a game with them as well. Swing batter! And once again, that is your lot. Thank you for joining me. It really does go too quickly, doesn't it? Like and subscribe for future updates and ring that bell so that you can get notified when I release new videos. Make sure you check out Dolphina's under $5, £5 sales video. The link should actually be up on the screen right now. And come and join us in our community Discord. So take care of yourselves wherever you are, because life is better when we game together.